Welcome everybody to Edenton, North Carolina, 1782. No, it's not 1782. It's 2016, almost 2017, almost Christmas time, from historic Edenton, North Carolina. Check it out. Right down there is the waterfront. That's where the women back in the 1794, I believe, dumped tea into that harbor because of the European king overtaxing the tea. I believe there had something to do with the South Indian Tea Company or something. I don't know, North India. Do your Google-like, Columbo-like researches and you could find out the history of why Edenton, North Carolina, and Boston, Massachusetts, decided to dump their tea into the harbors in protest. This is one of the towns that did it. Pretty historic place. Look at these buildings. This is Main Street, the main drag, the central thoroughfare through town. Quite a busy day today. Look, I'm gonna walk right out in the middle of the street. Let's see if we could do that without getting hit by any oncoming traffic. It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it at all. Well, I'm gonna walk to the far end of Main Street and check out an old cemetery that was here in the early 1700s that the town put together to have free burials for the citizens that lived in this town. After the Civil War, they stopped letting people be buried within the cemetery. During the Revolutionary War, locals were allowed to be buried there for free. After the Civil War, they stopped that and started putting bodies into another cemetery down the road about a half a mile. So this cemetery we're going to is the original Edenton, North Carolina cemetery that was founded, I believe, during the Revolutionary War. Most of these storefronts have all their Christmas displays right out here on the sidewalk. Check this out. Very Disney-like. Something else that is pretty amazing about this street and all these businesses, at the base of each business, there's a date of when the building was established and the business was established. Check some of these dates out. This one isn't as old as a lot of the others. Most of the dates are found towards the bottom. This one. And if you go off the main strip down these side streets, the buildings are a lot older. They date back to the 1700s. But the main strip, this is kind of like Main Street America. And there's nothing like Main Street America, especially during the holidays. As a matter of fact, when I'm done at the cemetery, there's a lot of old houses in the area from the 1700s. I'm assuming they have decorated up with all sorts of holiday displays and lights. And soon the sun will be going down and they will be turning on those lights, I'm assuming. And hopefully I'll be able to check those out on this video. And a lot of the places we're going to be seeing after the cemetery are a lot older than 1890. People in the town make you feel at home, like you're a part of the community, even though you're just visiting. I love this place. So all I got to do is just continue walking. Just keep walking. Whoa. That is scary. I don't want to venture into a cemetery after seeing something like that, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to apologize now. I probably should have apologized before I even started the video. I'm actually shooting this video with the iPhone 7 Plus in 4K because I want it to look awesome, but it's not going to because iOS does not let you upload to YouTube in high definition. So you guys are going to be seeing this low quality. I apologize now before you guys even get further into the video. Signer of a Declaration of Independence and leader in the Continental Congress, merchant. His store was 3 blocks south, which I don't know if that's south or if that's south. But I do know this is our destination, our final destination. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in. It is a little bit late. It is now 4:22 in the afternoon on a Sunday. But I do want to get in here and explore. I mean, if I needed to, I'm assuming I could jump this fence. It's not really that high. Wait a second. Wait a second. The gate appears to be open, welcoming visitors. There's two little visitors running around down there in the grass. Here's a little bit of history on this church and cemetery. 1736, St. Paul Episcopal Church. Does that 1701, 1736? What does that mean? 17. Okay, in 1702, builds the first church in North Carolina. 3 Carolina governors are buried within this cemetery. Let's go see if we could find some of them. Okay, this place does not look creepy at all. Look at the size of these tree roots, all growing right here on the top. Not only the roots, look at the size of these trees. They're massive. I can walk without tripping on any of these roots. These graves look fairly important. Oof. So, a judge is buried here. Also, Augustus Moore, one of the judges. So these are all judges of the Superior Court. And nestled among the roots of these trees right here, Captain something Steele. Captain something Steele. Look at this. The tree roots really got in this, guys. You got to be really careful. There are tree roots all over the place. Oh, I made it without tripping and breaking my ankle. I am wearing flip-flops after all. This place would definitely be somewhere I'd like to hang out here late at night. These 11 graves were restored in 1965. I really do like old cemeteries, especially ones from the 1700s. In Florida, we have quite a few in the 1700s, especially near the St. Augustine area, because in Florida, St. Augustine, that's the oldest city in the United States. European city, I believe. Spanish, European, whatever you would call it. I mean, there were people here more than 500 years ago. You know, obviously we had Native Americans, but for us, the settlers, Florida, St. Augustine, oldest city inhabited, continuously inhabited in the United States. So we do have cemeteries with graves dating back to the 1700s and 1600s. But I just love this stuff. Look at this. A weeping angel. An honest to goodness weeping angel. Don't blink. And here's another one. Very rare. This place is not as massive as a lot of other cemeteries, but it's well maintained and actually quite beautiful. Okay, as we first walked in, there was a Judge Moore of the Superior Court, and over here's another Moore. I wonder if they were related. They're buried quite far from each other, though. Just looking at the dates, just makes you think. It's amazing. It's amazing that we're all going to be here one day. A lot of times I'm driving down the road, passing by places like this, like cemeteries, and looking at modern cemeteries and the way people are remembered. And it's not just the way people are remembered, it's also, I guess, cost efficient and an easy way to maintain the cemeteries is not to have headstones anymore. A lot of cemeteries don't honor their dead the way they used to. Now they're all flat on the ground. All the markers are flat on the ground so lawnmowers can mow over them. People just like to rush and hurry and get the job done and keep the lawn maintained and stuff like that. Where here, in communities like this, they take their time and well groom these cemeteries and the yard lawn maintenance and stuff like that. Not worried about having to take their time to maintain things like this. Like, you have to actually weed eat around some of this stuff. You just can't run a lawnmower over it. People take pride. People do take pride in their cemeteries in their local towns like this. Whereas for where I'm from, in Orlando, Kissimmee area, from there all the way to California, it's just, they don't have stuff like this. They don't have stuff like this. They don't take pride. You can just, it's just the maintenance. Look at the maintenance. It's manicured so perfect. Even with the roadway so close, it's still kind of peaceful out here. This is kind of creepy. Look at that tree. What if it's like absorbing the bodies and souls through these roots and sucking them into the tree? And these are all faces and heads that come out late at night. Creepy. Definitely a historic place. It's an amazing place. This is what I like to stop and do. When I got time to kill and I'm able to record stuff and get out of my truck for a couple hours and explore a town, that's what it's all about. That's why I do YouTube. Though I'm still not great on YouTube, but maybe I get to show you guys something that you don't get to see every day. That's my goal. My channel may be full of crappy videos, but if you turn the volume down and don't listen to me and just put some background music on, maybe you'll see something that you like to watch. I don't know. I know I like getting out of my truck and exploring these places. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off and end the video from this amazing cemetery in Edenton. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I can pronounce North Carolina. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow on the next one. Peace. Run, squirrel. Run.